Bitter Criticism, a regular show, regular 47 minutes show. Not a show, this is a serious journalism. But this time I never did. I guess, yeah, I did one note. You can watch my note on Cinemapping channel. CINEMAPPING. Cinemapping. You know, we have a really bad time on waiting for a good translation on YouTube. But that's it. Cinemapping. I did an interview. I made an interview about movies, about cinema, and that's it. Windy afternoon. It's kind of cold, not too much cold, but you know, this summer it's been very, very windy. This summer has been very winter-like, very, very cold. By this time in the year, it's been too cold. We are what, November? So this year, I don't know why. This year it was a cold year. Winter never go. I don't know what to say. I suppose I'm supposed to be happy. I am. No complaints. I'm happy. I'm happy about cold weather. I will do a workshop, a stream. I will reunite. Actually, I will do what I don't remember how to say it. I don't remember. A webinar, yeah. I will do a webinar about traveling to Sweden with Lund University. You know, as time goes by, I guess it's the right choice for me. I was 1 year ago something. I was studying the possibility, making all the whatever I had to do to go to Sweden and study in Chalmers University, studying users design. I don't remember. I don't even remember. I don't care. I don't even care about UX. I guess it's UX. Yeah, user designer. And it had to do with AI too, or yeah, AI, user experience, and something about design. But honestly, I don't care about it. I just care. I just like humanities. Humanism, maybe humanities. I like humanities. And Lund University, I guess they have a lot of master programs of. So I will pay all my attention on this, you know, on this Lund webinar. I don't remember the girl's name. So, and well, today I was recording today I recorded another today's chapter of the genocide dossier in Gaza, but I lost this archive. I lost this file, but looks like it doesn't matter, isn't it? Because it's always the same. something like 400 Palestinians died in the 2 days, in the 48 hours. In the last 48 hours, that's my baby. Mursi. She doesn't care if I smoke, but she doesn't like, isn't it? Actually. So there she goes. Anyway, so I don't know what to read now. Maybe Pepe Escobar. Yeah, Pepe Escobar posted an article. You know, I'm going to do a really quick thing now. I am going to searching for Timur Fomenko. What happened? Anybody knows what happened with Timur Fomenko, my favorite analyst in the world? Nobody cares. Pepe Escobar, what have you done to my favorite? Look, why you should believe China's spying accusations against the UK? That's it. What happened to this writer? What happened to this analyst? Those dogs over there, they will, tomorrow is election day. They will be inside the house all day long. And then the wind, what I said, what? Yeah, it will be terrible for them. Maybe they will shit all around. It's very important to read Russia Today nowadays, because this is an interesting news. Because of the conflict, of course, I hope Putin just to destroy all the Western civilization, all NATO forces. I hope the best. You know, I guess that's what Putin have to do. If they have missiles. Look, it says Putin announces mass production of new hypersonic missile. Russia-Ukraine conflict. Yeah, that's the great news. The huge news, the big news is that Russia have to produce a lot of these hypersonic missiles to make a quick victory, you know? Who knows? But if I was thinking about the chess of the geopolitics, a real war, a real third world war should be, if you can win this war, you should not take second chances, you know. You should not take second chances. Just only one chance, you know. Only one chance to win. Isn't it, Tommy? Come here, Tommy. Say what you think. What do you think about the war? Huh? The Vietnam War? No. That was just a character. But think about it. Imagine Putin release a missile against the UK, against the US. Imagine that scenario. Only one strike. Only one strike. That will be a major error. A major error. No, if you can win the war, it should be, a 90% defeat, you know? You should win the war only with missiles. And, well, I'm going to read this now, because definitely Russia needs all the missiles what the hell? I'm like, I open up the Pandora's something, the Pandora's box. But that's the truth. That's the true God. Oh, this is God or what? Whatever can win this war, either Russia or NATO, they should take no second chances. That's absolutely obvious because of consequences, you know, because of consequences. A long war, a long nuclear war, that will be devastating. That will be terrible. So if this war happens and start, it should. I hope God. I hope the God of wind. I hope this wind, please wind, make a quick war, end it up quickly. No, understand? Anyway, I'm sharing for Russia. I'm sorry. But anyway, Russia-Ukraine conflict. A Russian serviceman stands guard next to a BM-27 9K 57 Uragan multiple launch rocket system. I have no idea what the hell is that. Russians sent troops into Ukraine on February 24, 2022. Citing Kiev's failure to implement the Minsk agreements designed to give the regions of Donetsk and Lugansk special status with the Ukrainian state. The protocols brokered by Germany and France were first signed in 2014. Former Ukrainian President Pyotr Poroshenko has since admitted that Kiev's main goal was to use the ceasefire to buy time and, quote, create powerful armed forces. Russia also cited NATO's military cooperation with Ukraine as one of the root causes of the current conflict. Kiev insists that the Russian offensive was completely unprovoked. The People's Republic of Donetsk and Lugansk, as well as Kherson and Zaporizhia regions, joined Russia as a result of referendums in autumn 2022. Crimea did the same in 2014, following a Western-backed coup in Kiev. Since late 2022, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has been promoting his so-called peace formula, which calls for Russia to withdraw from all territories claimed by Kiev and pay reparations, and for the formation of a war crimes tribunal. Russian officials called Zelensky's plan unrealistic, while saying Moscow is ready for a diplomatic solution. And that's it. And Kusturica said something, but I don't like Kusturica. I guess Kusturica is just too stupid. Not too sharp, not brilliant. And now a news from Medvedev. November 23, yesterday I guess, yeah. Former Russian president tells how to end Ukraine conflict. NATO should understand it is directly at war with Russia, Dmitry Medvedev has warned. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. The conflict between Moscow and Kiev could be swiftly ended with no additional loss of lives if only NATO came to its senses and abandoned its belligerent policy towards Russia. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev told Al Arabiya in an interview published on Friday. Al Arabiya sounds like Al Jazeera, but I guess it's not the same. Allowing Ukraine to use long-range Western weapons for strike into internationally recognized Russian territory has made the US-led bloc a direct party to the conflict, said Medvedev, who currently serves as deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council. Kiev has launched several such strikes using US-made ATACMS and HIMARS systems, as well as British-made Storm Shadow missiles. Moscow responded by striking a military-industrial facility in the Ukrainian city of Dnepropetrovsk, known as Dnipro in Ukraine, with a new intermediate-range ballistic missile equipped with a conventional warhead. On Saturday, Paris officially confirmed that it had given Kiev the green light to use French-made SCA-LPEG cruise missiles and other missiles, the Scalp cruise missiles, in long-range strikes against Russian territory. Quote, "The NATO member states have essentially got fully engaged in this conflict," Medvedev said, commenting on the developments. The former president said that such nations should understand that they are currently at war on the Ukrainian side. They are at war with the Russian Federation. Not only do Western nations supply Kiev with weapons and financial aid, but they also provide targeting for Western-made missiles, Medvedev stated. Moscow has insisted that such systems cannot be successfully operated without the involvement of specialists from the nations that produced them. Under such circumstances, no developments can be ruled out, Medvedev warned, pointing to Russia's recently updated nuclear doctrine that allows a nuclear response to a conventional attack by a non-nuclear state supported by a nuclear power, including a missile strike against Russian territory. Quote, "Everyone who is currently stirring up the war hysteria, primarily within NATO, the US, and other states, should think about it," the former president warned. When asked to elaborate on the potential use of nuclear weapons by Russia, he described it as a realistic possibility. At the same time, he said that Moscow would very much like to avoid that option. Quote, "There are no madmen in the Russian leadership," he stated, explaining that the nation's nuclear doctrine had been updated in accordance with modern deterrence needs. According to Medvedev, the Ukraine conflict could be swiftly and easily ended with no need for any additional losses if NATO merely, quote, "stops fanning the flames of war in Ukraine. This conflict can be ended with no expenses for humanity. No news expenses, at least," he said. Well, so yeah, I guess Russia is being not too provoking, you know. They don't have an article saying anything substantial like we have what Russia should say, or what people want to know. Does Russia have the missile capability to win a war in 3 seconds? I hope so. I hope Russia win this war, this third World War, in 5 seconds, you know. I hope that. I will ask God that. Oh, please God, please Russian Orthodox God, win this war in 10 seconds, please. Oh, there's a rat there. Fucking rat. There's a very interesting news for whoever hates Macron. Oh, and there's a bird trying to catch this rat, I guess. I don't know what happened here, but I like wildlife. because I have a dog. So, and there's a news from France. A news from France. France don't know when to surrender. France don't know when they have already lost, I guess. And says November 23, France greenlights Ukrainian strikes deep inside Russia. Also France. First it was America, it was the US, and now it's France. Paris places no red lines on its support for Kiev. Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot has said. And we have a photograph of a Scalp Storm Shadow cruise missile is displayed at the Paris Air Show in Paris, France, June 23. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot has said that Ukraine may use French missiles to attack targets in internationally recognized Russian territory, without confirming whether such strikes have already taken place. In an interview due to be broadcast by British state broadcaster the BBC on Sunday, Barrot said that Paris does not set and express red lines on its support for Kiev, and that long-range strikes on Russian soil may be carried out by Ukraine in the logistics of self-defense. France has provided Ukraine with an unknown number of Scalp EG cruise missiles. Nobody knows how many hypersonic missiles does Russia have. Nobody knows how many missiles does Ukraine have. Maybe there will be World War III, folks. Maybe. Nobody knows. France has provided Ukraine with an unknown number of Scalp EG cruise missiles, which Kiev has already been using to attack targets in Crimea and the 4 former Ukrainian regions that joined the Russian Federation in 2022. The Scalp EG, known as the Storm Shadow in the UK, is an air-launched British-French cruise missile with a maximum range of 550 kilometers, which is 390 miles. Barrot's comments came a day after the Ukrainian military confirmed that Storm Shadow missiles were used for the first time in an attack on Russia's Kursk region, where Ukrainian troops launched a cross-border invasion in August. Russian air defenses shot down 2 of the British missiles, the Russian Defense Ministry said. Last weekend, US President Joe Biden reportedly authorized Ukraine to use American-made ATACMS ballistic missiles in long-range strikes on Kursk region, within days on Biden's decision, which has not been officially confirmed. By the White House, Russian air defenses intercepted 5 ATACMS missiles over Bryansk region, the Defense Ministry in Moscow said. Another one of the American-made missiles was damaged and fell on a military site, the ministry added. French President Emmanuel Macron said in May that he will consider authorizing the use of Scalp EG missiles on targets deep inside Russia. Earlier this week, Barrot told reporters that Macron remained open to the idea. His comments to the BBC marked the first time that a French official has confirmed that Ukraine may use the missiles for long-range attacks on Russia. Barrot did not confirm whether such attacks have already taken place. Read more what we know about Russia's new Oreshnik missile. That's very interesting. The Oreshnik missile, the most fast missile, the Bruce Lee of missiles. It made 3 World War. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Maybe not so bad for the video, but these trucks over there, these old trucks over there, they're hell noisy, dude. Hell noisy. Terrible. So the Oreshnik missile. This is the Bruce Lee of missiles. This is the fastest. Despite I don't like Bruce Lee, you know. Bruce Lee was too skinny. He will want nothing on a UFC event for sure. I guess I will watch some fights, you know, some karate on UFC, like this Brazilian. I don't remember. Such an ugly sport, isn't it? Fighting. Anyway, the Oreshnik missile. I will read this later, right away. Russia responded to last week's attacks and storm shadow strikes by attacking a military industrial facility in the Ukrainian city of the Dnepropetrovsk with a new ballistic missile. The nuclear-capable hypersonic missile called the Oreshnik raided down multiple warheads on the facility at lightning speed and will be mass-produced and incorporated into Russia's arsenal in the coming months. Russian President Vladimir Putin said, "Well done. I hope they have 10 now." Just in case war starts, World War III starts. Nobody wants the complete destruction of the world. You have to make a choice, just for sharing. Whether you hope the US win the war, NATO win the war, or Russia. I hope Russia win this war in 10 seconds, you know. American people will be free. American people will be free. So I have very nice headlines for this very video. The first one is, I hope Russia to win the war, the World War III in 10 seconds. That will be censored by YouTube. The second is, American people will be free thanks to Russia. That will be censored too. I'm just going to repeat the last sentence here. The nuclear-capable hypersonic missile called the Oreshnik raided down multiple warheads on the facility at lightning speed and will be mass-produced and incorporated into Russia's arsenal in the coming months, Russian President Vladimir Putin said. Vladimir Putin is our hero, huh? Nobel Prize for Vladimir Putin. Putin accused the US and NATO of deliberately escalating the conflict and declared that Russia will achieve all of its military objectives, regardless of which weapon systems Kiev uses. Further attacks with Western weapons will result in retaliatory strikes on targets of Moscow's choosing, he said in a televised speech on Thursday, concluding, quote, "Make no mistake, there will always be a response. Go Russia and North Korea." Go North Korea. Not Narco Korea. It's not Narco Korea. Understand? It's North Korea. I guess you cannot have. I guess you cannot get stoned on North Korea. So there's nothing to do with drugs. Anyway, November 22 from yesterday. I guess I read this. What we know about Russia's new Oreshnik missile. Russia Today breaks down everything known about the new medium-range hypersonic weapon. Russia's newly unveiled Oreshnik missile has quickly become the focus of major international attention. Announced by President Vladimir Putin on Thursday, this medium-range hypersonic weapon is seen as a significant advancement in the country's missile capabilities. No, you know, I just read that. I've read this. I just read that yesterday or something. Anyway, so let's move on to whatever CGTN. Let's be happy. Let's be happy with CGTN. See the difference. Hope for the world. Confucianism. She's a PEC G20 attendance state visit. This is very interesting. You know, this made me very curious about the Xi Jinping's agenda because he was in Lima in Peru, and my question is, did Xi Jinping fly to China after the PEC? I guess no. I don't think so because it's way far away, isn't it? Politics, November 23, 2024. President Xi's APEC, APEC, G20 attendance state visit to Peru, Brazilian mark a journey of friendship, cooperation, foreign minister said. November 23, and we have a photograph of China President Xi Jinping. Chinese President Xi Jinping delivers a speech at session 2 of the 19th G20 Summit on reform of the institutions of global governance in Rio de Janeiro. Chinese President Xi Jinping returned to Beijing on Saturday. Yeah, I guess he just fly from Peru to Brazil in the same month, in the same week. Chinese President Xi Jinping returned to Beijing on Saturday morning after attending the 31st APEC economic leaders meeting and the 19th G20 summit, and paying state visits to Peru and Brazil, which was hailed as a journey of friendship, unity and cooperation with pioneering significance by the Chinese Foreign Ministry. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, also a member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China's Central Committee, made the remarks when briefing the accompanying journalists at the end of the trip. During the 11-day trip from November 13 to 2024, President Xi attended nearly 40 bilateral and multilateral events. That's crazy. In 10 days, that's 4 meetings a day. Crazy. Xi Jinping is a hard worker, you know. Xi Jinping is a hard worker. This is my third possibility of headline. Xi Jinping is a more than 60 cooperation documents were reached. If not only promoted the healthy and stable development of major country relations, but also led the global south to unite and strengthen itself, Wang said. The trip also enriched new practices of building a community with a shared future for mankind and broke new grounds in major country diplomacy with Chinese characteristics, Wang noted. Over the past 35 years, APEC has fueled rapid regional development, establishing the Asia Pacific as the most dynamic sector for the global economy, Wang said. President Xi attended the 31st APEC Economic Leaders Meeting on November 16 in Lima, Peru, and proposed upholding a universally beneficial, inclusive vision for Asia Pacific development. With the joint efforts of all parties, a new document was adopted to guide the process of building a free trade area in the Asia Pacific region at the meeting, which gives new impetus to our efforts toward an open Asia Pacific economy, Wang said. China has always been an active promoter of leader of Asia Pacific regional cooperation. China will continue to join hands with regional partners, adhere to true multilateralism and open regionalism, and jointly usher in another 30 golden years of development for the region, Wang said. In the face of global changes of the century, the global south is growing with a strong momentum, while the global governance system lags behind changes taking place in the international balance of power. Issues like a widening north-south gap, digital divide have not been effectively addressed. The 19th G20 summit this year has chosen the theme Building a Just World and a Sustainable Planet, and decided to establish a global alliance against hunger and poverty, which reflects the global south's desire to achieve development and prosperity and the pursuit of modernization, Wang said. China's successful experience in poverty alleviation has been noted by President Xi at the meeting based on his personal experience, pointing out that China's story is proof that developing countries can eliminate poverty when there is the endurance, perseverance, and striving spirit. If China can make it, other developing countries can make it too. This is what China's battle against poverty says to the world. I just will make a quick comment, a quick criticism against this. I guess it's very hard because China only could do that thanks to the Cultural Revolution, thanks to Chinese Revolution. That's the thing. Even Brazilians, top officials like Aloysio Mercadante recognize that, they recognize, everybody knows that China only could develop itself far from imperialism because of revolution, because of communism revolution. Anyway, President Xi stressed at the meeting that China will always be a member of the global south, a doer and go-getter working for the cause of global development. China will go hand in hand with countries from the global south to push forward the development at the international order in a more just and reasonable direction, Wang noted. And that's it. That was the first from top 5 from the highlights. China's new visa-free policy draws positive reactions from Japan. I don't care. Israeli strikes pound Beirut and Gaza, killing dozens of civilians. at least 11 people. And I read on Al Jazeera there was more than that. Climate summit drags on as proposed financing goal underwhelms. I don't care neither about. I guess that, of course, the weather is very important, but there's a lot of demagogy. The green ecology, the ecologists, the green people, they are controlled by the CIA. That's what Pepe Escobar said, and I'm sure about it. The other day, reading Russia Today, I got this this bad feeling that Russia Today, it is ecologist controlled by the CIA or something, but not. It's not. It was just a paranoia moment. But definitely, well, the problem with Russia Today or all Russian state-controlled media is imperialism. You know, the imperialism, what the NATO countries, the global north, the West wants. What the West wants is Russian gas and oil. That's what they want. They just don't care about Russia, you know. Anyway, last one from top 5 from the highlights on CGTN. Climate. China renews alert for cold waves, strong winds. Yeah, let's read this. Just because of English practices. China's meteorological authorities on Saturday renewed blue alerts for cold waves and strong winds, with sharp drops in temperature and powerful winds expected to hit parts of the country in the coming days. From Saturday to Thursday, temperatures in most parts of China will fall by 6 to 10 degrees Celsius, according to the National Meteorological Center. Some places in the northern and northwestern parts of China are expected to experience temperature drops between 12 and 14 degrees Celsius, with some areas up to 16 degrees Celsius. The National Meteorological Center also renewed a blue alert for strong winds, saying that from 8 a.m. Saturday to 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. What? There's a lot of dots here, AM dot, understand? And I guess there's a problem here, because after the dot, you should not put a caps lock, capital letter on Saturday. Look, I will read you. There's a mistake here, Chinese people. The National Meteorological Center also renewed a blue alert for strong winds, saying that from 8 a.m. dot 8 dot m dot, and there's Saturday with capital letters. That's a mistake. Saying that from 8 a.m. Saturday to 8 a.m. Sunday, powerful winds are expected to hit some areas in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region. Looks like everything bad happens to these Uyghur people, isn't it? So it will be very cold in the concentration camp. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that. You know, I guess it's just a fancy prison against terrorism. Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, Xizang Autonomous Region, the provinces of Qinghai and Gansu, Ninja Hui Autonomous Region, the Taiwan Strait, the sea area of the east of Taiwan, and parts of the South China Sea. Not Hainan, woo! Not Hainan. I hope. I want to live in Hainan. In the meantime, the Beijing Meteorological Service has warned of a significant temperature drop from Sunday evening that will bring rain and snow to the city. The western and northern parts of Beijing could face anything from sleet to snow. And most urban areas and plains will be dominated by rainfall, the service said. The rain and snow will end by noon on Monday, followed by strong winds and freezing temperatures until Wednesday. China has a four-tier, color-coded weather warning system, with red representing the most severe weather, followed by orange, yellow, and blue. Source Xinhua News Agency. The provocateur. Oh, and just like that, it's over. Just like that, it's over. Now I'm going to do my gym. These dogs here, they don't help me, doing my gym. I'm doing abs. I need some heavy, just to stay in the position for abs. But these dogs doesn't help me. They are just too, I don't know. They don't have physical intelligence. I'm saying you are dumb, Mursi. Don't allow me. Bite me, Mursi. They are good brothers. How crazy people get, isn't it? Just because I live with Bose and Milou, I think they are brothers. Stupid brain. Stupid brain. Bad brains. So yeah, I'm going to try to use Tommy to make some exercises. Like this one, look, very fast. Tommy, even. Oh no, there's not time for this. I'll try. Tommy, stay there. Stay there, Tommy. Tommy. Can you see? Like that. Tommy. Take my hand, my legs, Tommy. The military service, yeah. North Korean military Mapuche service.